Hey, good morning, everybody. Surprise stream. Unplanned, completely unplanned. But I wanted to pop on super quick this morning. I got an email, and in that email from Nick Murray of Bitewing Games, it was the announcement of the trilogy of games by a pretty well-known designer, Reiner Knizia. And excited, obviously, when I see that name. Bitewing has, I felt like, done a good job. I've enjoyed what they've been putting out. So I said, okay, I gotta see what's coming up. So I thought it'd be fun. I have not actually looked at this Kickstarter page. I happen to know I looked briefly and I saw it was already, of course, over the amount that it needed to be, which is not surprising. But with that stated, I've not gone through the page, not watched the video, I've not done any of that stuff yet. So here's what we're gonna do. I wanted to pop on super quick, take a look at the page with anyone who happens to be around. I don't expect anyone to be around. Again, a completely unplanned video. All of our stuff, if you've watched the Tabletop Express, is normally scheduled, plotted out. You know when it's happening. We don't drop things out of nowhere. So this live video is a little bit different than normal. But with that said, let's jump right into it. So I'm going to get into some of the fun here, which is the fact that we have a Kickstarter project that is live. We're going to go change up this view so you can see a little bit better. So this is a epic sci-fi trilogy, Silos, Ego, and Orbit. Now, those are all, as you're noticing, capitalization. I believe that is spelling something out or referencing something for each of those letters. I'm going to see if we can maybe watch this video. Victory. All right. I want to take a look at a little bit more about these. I'm already intrigued. Certainly. It's crazy to think too. This dropped. I mean, I don't know when I got this email, but when this dropped this morning, I looked at it. I think it was at 30,000 pledged. It's at 38,000 now. So it's obviously flown up. Let's take a look, learn a little bit more about each of these. So, first one up on this is Silos or Secret Interlopers from Outer Space. $55 looks like it's the price. Dynamic three-pronged area majority game where players race to take over human society. So that's the first one. Second one is Ego, extraterrestrial greeting organization. I'm loving the design of this box art. Quite a lot going on there. Interesting. And this is a push your luck galactic trek featuring a game of chicken auctions as you navigate precarious cosmic politics. Try to say that 10 times fast. Last but not least, Orbit, orbital race between interstellar tourists. MSRP, it looks like on this one, or at least what they're selling for, is $49. And this one's a tactical space race across a planet of unique orbiting planets and useful space stations. Now, I'm going to point out no affiliation with this whatsoever, really just interested, wanted to look at it. So, normally haven't covered much on the Kickstarter front in this live fashion, but again, unique scenario. I wanted to do it today. So we're going to take a look at how they break these down. So Silos is 2 to 4 players, 40 to 60 minutes. Uh, aliens are taking over, but you're the aliens, so that's good. So some humor in here. This is the area majority. It looks I could see the area majority is clearly happening. Looks like some interesting characters, not surprising based on the designer. You're tussling for area majority in key locations of this small 80s town as they seek to activate location powers and control human specimens for ultimate power and prestige. We're gonna look at gameplay for all of these because I know there's gameplay for every one of them. So let's take a look. You're gonna move your figure up to 2 times, activate a card, and then each of these cards has 3 effects. You can advance the UFO to a next location and trigger an abduction event. You can add more humans and possibly trigger mind control events. You could trigger a power event, which the player with the majority of influence at a location exerts that location's power. So that's an interesting mechanic in trying to come up, being in control of an area so you can utilize that feature. Overall, pretty interesting. And that will be the first game on the list, which, as I noted, that was Silos. As we go down, some playthrough videos, etc. Look at the components. Pretty standard stuff. We've got a nice UFO. I like this UFO piece here. Neat looking UFO for sure. Overall, though, pretty standard. And it looks like the humans are just some basic meeples. So there we go. Oh, they do get to wear hats, though. That's neat. Look at that. Leader hats. Yeehaw. It actually says yeehaw. I don't know how well that shows, but it says yeehaw. So that's pretty cool. So upgrades. Of course, there's upgrades. Shocker. Crop circles and skill tiles. And then there's these deluxe emblems with these cool alien faces on them. And that's pretty neat. Deluxe cows and people, so you can get that look. But again, this is going to get pricey for you if you want all in. No surprise, it's a Kickstarter. They're all discounted within the deluxe bundle pack, according to this, though. Why we're going to love it? Dynamic majority control, a masterful remaster. So this is a remaster, and then Municipum was one of the strongest hidden gems that we uncovered, but it needed a careful loving and makeover. So it's a makeover of a previous game. Deep game that rewards repeat encounters. Okay. So you're going to want to play it a lot, is what this is telling me. And interesting setting. Interesting. So, okay. The next one up that I want to take a look at is the next one on the list, which is Ego, Extraterrestrial Greeting Organization. This is the one that I saw the cover and I was like, what's going on here? This is wacky. And as I take a look, 2 to 5 players, 40 to 80 minutes, so a little bit of a longer game. It's the 23rd century, and the coalition known as the Extraterrestrial Greeting Organization, EGO, is ready to launch its first mission. All right. So essentially, we're establishing friendly relationships between our solar systems and the aliens. One ambassador from each planet will be on board the super ship and will methodically politic to come out on top. But be careful. Alien races may easily be offended by overly aggressive advances. All right. So we're trying to be diplomatic, but not too aggressive. We'll see. Let's see how this one plays. It does look like this is dealing with managing a hand of cards as we're proceeding through a series of major and minor events across the galaxy. It is auction style, so each major event is an auction where bidding actions are simultaneous according to this. So we're going to reveal all at once, which is always a fun thing in games for me because there's that moment or that reaction. Negotiation events are a game of chicken auctions, meaning any card you put up big does not come back to you, even if you lose the auction. So I would say that definitely makes it, got to think carefully in those moments. And players are bidding for drafting of rewards for each event. So you really got to think carefully in this one, it sounds like, about what you're going to play. And ultimately, some how to play videos all in here. Components. It looks like there's a variety of these civilization boards, some expansion boards, lots of different cards. Type of cards are tactic cards, power cards. You've got a lot of these little tokens that you're going to have, standard stuff, and 3-player count pieces. And this player count start piece. Some basic stuff. Doesn't look like too over the top. I'm sure there are deluxe things. Hey, Tyler. Good to see you. Yeah, this is I'm just taking a look at this. I got the email about this today and I just decided, hey, let's take a look at this live because I happen to be home and see what we can do. Upgrades. We've got an expansion, which I always find interesting. The expansion is part of built into the Kickstarters from the get-go. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Because of the designer that we're talking about, maybe I'm trusting that a little bit more. You got some deluxe poker chips that you can add, and you can see again, just I do like having poker chip style pieces. Is it necessary? Great question. Up to you. And acrylic tokens. So again, I have not even looked at the bundled prices on these. We're just kind of looking at each game individually right now. Why we're going to love it. Strategically competition with spicy drama. I like the word spicy there. I do like because this has the auction mechanic in this game that you are going to have some of those great moments where you're just like, oh man, you did that. And the chicken auction, which I don't know that I've ever actually heard it called chicken auction, and maybe I'm behind on this one and should know that. But chicken auction being that you're losing the card whether you win or not, I love that. This is another reimagining. This one is specifically uh, reimagining of Beowulf, the legend. So this one probably a little bit more familiar to people because I feel like Beowulf was one people are aware of, even if it's quote unquote a hidden gem. It's a new adventure every time. It's he's reworked the system according to this, his event system. So apparently going to be a ton of replayability. And then sci-fi epic. They're calling it sci-fi epic. A lot of things are sci-fi epic. So I see that and I say, okay, interesting. What do you? But they went through, it sounds like, and looked for an artist who had a passion and talent for immersive, captivating sci-fi illustrations. And they ended up going with Marie Bergeron, who did Thunder Road Vendetta, which does have an epic feel. So that sounds like an accurate description. And last but not least, the last one in this trilogy of games that was announced today is Orbit, or Orbital Race Between Interstellar Taurus. And I do love that all the titles of these games are all caps and they are just representative of a word each. But Orbit is going to be definitely a very different shape board than the last two. A few things in this game. You're either reversing an orbital direction, you're collecting energy, you're flying ship, spending that stored energy, and you're advancing your ship or planets, which is interesting. You're moving ships or planets along their path. Ships can ride planets to traverse quicker, which is a cool mechanic. And you get to visit these space stations to upgrade your ship, use hyperdrives, race to visit planets first. Interesting. It's a little race through space, which who doesn't like a race through space? Double-sided board. So it looks like probably some variety with that, or it's a player count thing. Good question. I do not know to myself. Spaceships are stackable. So it's got some toy factor. Player boards, discs, mission markers, prism disc. It looks like the same kind of standard quality of all the basic chits in the other games that we've seen from this today. But of course, expansions here in the bonus stuff. It's free with the Orbit pledge, according to this. We have not looked at the pledges for anyone who jumps into this too yet. I didn't start with that because I wanted to actually learn about the games first, and I know nothing about any of them. I just saw the email. Hyper accelerator engine, navigation tokens, artificial nebulas. So a few pieces that are new, an upgradable engine that allows unlimited straight line movement, one-time abilities. Looks like some fun, worthwhile additions. Deluxe tokens, again, they upgrade to the wood. You can go to a dual layer board. So that base board apparently is not dual layer. And who doesn't like a good GIF? Watch those drop. Why are we going to love it? Let's find out. Why are we going to love this? Gripping tactical space race. Okay. Space race sounds fun. I like racing. Good thing. We'll see where the rest of this game goes. Explore 2 unique maps. So it is 2 unique maps because I asked that question when I first saw that. So 2 different maps. Imagine that's expandability there, but 2 unique maps and several compelling modes. So it looks like there's a bunch of modes. So in addition to a regular competitive mode, there's an optional 9th destination and a rousing 4-player mode. up the ante even further with 3 modules from the Nebula expansion. So that expansion is going to add some modular pieces and a legendary team up. I mean, look at that. Vincent Strait, Reiner. Oh man. That is a great team up. We've got, when you're talking and Whale Riders is listed as one of Vincent's, but like the Quest for El Dorado is the one that comes to me immediately. Quest for El Dorado, everyone knows that one. I feel like Whale Riders was interesting. I didn't like Whale Riders as much to a keepable level, but I thought it was well designed. But Quest for El Dorado, Yellow, and Yancy, yeah, classics. So what a good team up. Definitely solid. Let's actually explore. Oh, look, you can get a plushie. Guys, we can get a plushie. Add that to my list of things I did not expect to see. And there's one of the plushies has an alien. Okay, that's kind of neat. I don't need this plushie, but I want this plushie. So there's that. Let's look at the savings. Yeah, let's go to the bundles, I guess, because I can imagine a lot of people are just going to bundle this up right away. If you want this, if you like these designers, you're going to do it. Let's see, saving $40 it looks like, but it comes with a bunch of the expansions with this, so that's huge. I don't know if it's coming with the no, so that's not with the upgrades. But if you do want all the upgraded bits, you're spending $194 if you're getting everything. So this is not going to be a cheap purchase for anyone by any means, but you are going to get everything, including the plushies. Tyler, do you want the plushies? I want to know. If you want the plushies, drop a thumbs up in the chat or something for me. I want to know who wants plushies. And then there's the Epic Big Box Deluxe Bundle. Holy cow, what is this? This is going to include some of the other games. And Cascabero, that is a game that I wanted to play, and I have not played it yet. Zuvadis is one that I have heard is interesting. Yeah, a hard out on plushies. All right, that's fair. Yeah, I don't need a plushie either, but I just thought it was funny that they have the plushies in there. But yeah, shipping. Oh my goodness, shipping has been expensive lately. Let's see. I know if Rachel ends up watching this later, she's looking at $14. Looks like a lot of my friends in Canada are looking at $9 for shipping for 1, 2, or the trilogy. And then United States, we're looking at $4 for shipping. So the shipping is really low, actually. Fantastic pricing there. Overall, I mean, look at this team. I mean, look, when you get this guy involved, you're interested. Again, I mentioned this before, but Nick, I feel like, and Bitewing have been doing a great job. So overall, but yeah, that again, this email came in today, and I was just like, I got to check this out. But if anyone does watch this within the first 24 hours that this is up, I have to take a moment too, because tomorrow we've got a really awesome video happening. We got a live playthrough of Harvest. I know we had some requests about this, so this is going to be live on the channel as of October 16th, 9 p.m. Eastern time. If it's after that, you can go back and watch the rewatch of it. But I just want to note that we had some requests for people to actually see this game in person, so we're playing that tomorrow night. I believe we're doing a 3-player game, and I'm incredibly excited by that. But yeah, so again, random popping on here to talk about this Kickstarter, but this is one, like I said, it came through an email to me today, and I was like, oh, I forgot that this was happening today. And there we are, folks. We are talking again about a game that I'm sure a lot of people are excited about. I'm going to end by just showing this quick video again, so people can really take a good look at it. Get nothing to do with this Kickstarter. We're not involved in any way. Just really interested in trying to stay up to date on some of our favorite designers. And certainly anytime you mention this man, I am incredibly excited to see what they're up to. But let's watch that video one more time. I love love that cover. I don't know what's going on in it, but it's great. Actually, all these covers look fantastic. I I'm enjoying all of them. Very interesting illustrations inside. I don't know which one stands out to all you. I would love to know if you just got one of these games, which one it would be. Leave that in the comments for me. But other than that, I just want to thank people for coming aboard the Tabletop Express for this quick video this morning. And if you are free on Wednesday, October 16th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, join us for a game of Harvest. Definitely excited to get this one to the table. Incredibly excited to play that one again and show you it all. On that note, have a great day, everybody.